Hi everyone, it's FCA. Excuse the hair and the shirt. I was working out today and I was working out in the garden and I had to go to actual work and blah blah blah. So I'm kind of messy right now. Blah, blah. Anyway, the point is I'm raging. I read an article about Kate Upton and this Skinny Girl. Now, Skinny Girl is this idiotic, not even worthy to be called human being in my opinion, blogger about, she says that her website is pro-skinny, not pro-anorexia, but you have a starving tip of the day. Totally pro-Anna. Pro-Anna is short for pro-anorexia. And she called a size 5 model, Kate Upton, of Sports Illustrated and GQ and other very popular magazines. She had the nerve to call a size 5 model fat. Not only did she call her fat, but she actually said, I can prove that, let's see, where did it say? The skinny girl blogger from Skinny Gossip, that's the name of the blog, said, do you know that humans are 80% genetically identical to cows? Well, allow me to prove it to you. And then showed a picture of Kate Upton from the back. And apparently it was unattractive. She also calls her a guinea pig and a cow. She says, this is what she says. She says that she has huge thighs, no waist, which, stop for a second. No waist, no waistline? That's the epitome of thin. That's the epitome of skinny. So if you're trying to say that Kate Upton is big or fat or overweight and saying that like it's unattractive is really wrong anyway, and then saying that she has no waist, those don't meet up. That is a contradictory statement, so you don't even know what you're saying, because she can't have no waist and be big at the same time, because those contradict each other. So clearly you're not an intellectual person, because otherwise you would know that if you have no waist, then that means thin. Imbecile. And she also says that she has big, fat, floppy boobs. Stop again, stop. Yes. Yes, you do. Because that's what boobs are. That's what breasts are. They're balls of fat. They're mammary fat. They are there to be big and floppy because that's what they were made for. That is their genetic and biological purpose, is to be blobs of fat. And you know what? Those are attractive blobs of fat. That's what lesbians and straight guys like. They like them like that. Jeez, I can't fathom this idiot from this Skinny Girl Skinny Gossip. I can't understand why you think it's okay to call somebody who's a size 5 fat. That's not fat. It's people like you that make the world difficult to live in. And then this idiot doesn't understand. She doesn't understand why people are backlashing at her so much. She doesn't understand why people are so mad about her blog. Because even when you're size 11, even when you're size 10, that's not fat. That's not big. It's not super skinny, but it's not fat. It's not overweight. You're okay at those things. What is your problem? Beautiful woman in the world, Marilyn Monroe, size 14. Nobody was calling her unattractive. And then she goes and says she looks like a squishy brick. Again, contradictory statement. Bricks, by definition, are not squishy. That doesn't make any sense. So by saying that she looks like a brick at all, which means that she has a rectangular figure, which is a visual image of somebody who is thin, again, you are an idiot who doesn't know what they're talking about, because you don't even know how to make things make sense in your blogs. A squishy brick? Really? You could have said a sponge. That has the same shape, but it's actually squishy by definition. Bricks are not. Is that what and then she goes on to say, is that what American women are striving for now? The lazy lardy look? Okay, I will link the article below so you can see a picture of Kate Upton. There's nothing lardy, that's like I said it on purpose, lardy about Kate Upton, except for the part that's supposed to be, which is her breast. And you know what? She's naturally a size 5. She doesn't work hard to, I'm raging, to do that. And it makes me upset when people like this skinny girl blogger, when this skinny girl blogger have the nerve to be like, I don't understand why people are mad at me because I'm a 5'7", 100-pound woman who says that if you're not a size 2, then you're overweight. Yeah, I have a problem with that. And everyone has a problem with that. Now, granted, she doesn't deserve rape threats. Why would you want to rape that? Ugh. And rape is bad anyway. But you deserve all the angry backlash that you're getting because you're a moron. You can't even make sense, as I pointed out multiple times. She says that she doesn't have a pro-Anna website, like I said, but you have starvation tips. When you have a starvation tip of the day, you're supporting that, hey, you shouldn't eat because if you do, you might turn into a size 5, which is okay. The fact that you think that somebody who is size 5 is overweight, if you think that skinny is beautiful, you're right. That's your opinion. And everyone's entitled to their opinion. But guess what? Size 5 is not fat. And that's a fact. That's not an opinion at all. Size 5 is thin. Size 5 is attractive. And look, you're making my brother feel bad about himself. Now I have to kick your butt because of that.
I'm like a size 13 probably.
And you know what? He's okay with that, and so am I, and so is everybody else. If you have rolls, rock those rolls. And Kate Upton doesn't have rolls, by the way, skinny girl. Oh my gosh, you sound skinny enough that I could break you in half. I have some muscle. I'm not afraid to kick your butt, and neither is anybody else, because you're getting an awful lot of threats about it. And you don't understand why? It's because you're telling women that if you're not this weight, if you're not under this weight, then you're not good enough. Then you're not satisfactory. And you know what, ladies? You are. And guys, too. You should not be emphasizing that weight should somehow equal up to your self-worth. Okay? You're more than weight. And no pun intended. You're more than your weight. So if you have natural boobs, if you have a natural butt, if you have thighs, which a lot of professional athletes do because they have so much muscle definition that they tend to be bigger in those areas and stuff like that, you know what? That's fine. That's great. If you have rolls, if you're not super thin, I'm not super thin. I have a tummy. I jiggle. I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly happy. My weight isn't tied to my self-worth. I work out every day. I love salads and fruits and vegetables, but I will dig on some chocolate cake and some Oreo ice cream. I love food, and I'm not afraid of it. I'm not afraid that I have natural boobs. I'm not afraid of my weight, and you shouldn't be either. It doesn't matter what your size is. If you're naturally a bigger person, rock that bigger body. If you're naturally a thin person, rock that thinner body. That's okay. If you have a personal goal for yourself and you are working to attain it, kudos to you and I support you all the way. But don't you dare sit there and try and type to my face that somebody who's a size 5 is overweight. That is a twisted, messed up, ludicrous perception of weight to say that. And it's completely wrong. It's completely false. And I can't believe I have to make a rant about this, and I suppose I didn't have to, but it sparked enrage in me, because that's what the industry is trying to move away from. The media is trying to help people feel good about themselves so we can get rid of anorexia. And yes, there's a problem with morbid obesity, blah, blah, blah. You know what? That's whatever. The point is, if you have a natural body, you should not be ashamed of it. If you have rolls and folds, rock it. It's fine. If you have a butt, if your thighs jiggle, if your arm jiggles when you wave, that's okay. You wonder why? Because you're still beautiful. You're still fine. If you love yourself, you can't expect other people to love you if you don't love yourself. And your sense of self-love should not come from the weight or the sight of your body. You should love yourself wholly and fully, because you are more than that. You are better than that. Kate Upton, you are a gorgeous, beautiful person. And yes, I think that you would be a great person for people to strive to be. somebody who's naturally beautiful, naturally confident, and is getting recognized for it. Perfect. That's what having an ideal body is. It's not about not having breasts. It's not about not having a stomach. It's not about any of that. It's loving yourself to the point that other people can't help but love you. And you're skinny girl, you're wrong. I can't even deal with you. I don't want to deal with you because you seem like an idiotic, rude, mean person. And she has the nerve to say, this skinny girl, skinny blogger from Skinny Gossip, she has the nerve to say that she gets insulted by people because she says that people are rude to thin girls because they think it's okay to tell them, oh my God, you're so skinny. Oh my God, you're so thin. You need to do this and this and this because you're too skinny in front of people and in front of crowds. Well, yeah, that's rude to say, but it's also rude to tell somebody who's a size 5 that they're a cow. That's not okay, and I'm not cool with that, and neither is my brother.
Not really.
So I needed to rage about that to tell you that if you have a bigger body and you don't, if you're a size 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, you don't have a big body, especially if you're athletic or tall. So, that's what I have to say about that.